Hello, am I audible? Okay, thanks for the confirmation. Okay, so in this session, obviously we are going to practice problems on OPP, and the structure of this session I'm thinking about is going to be, please wait. Structure will be something like this. First of all, I'm going to take your doubts. These doubts will be specifically about OPP mocks that are released. After that, after taking all the doubts, I will handpick one set of mock and we will solve it completely together. Even after this, if we get time, we can solve one more mock, or I also have some problems that are similar to the mocks. So if you want me to bring new problems that are not there on the portal, we can also do that. Other similar problems. Okay. According to this structure, please raise your hands if you have any doubts. Uh, Someone is asking, I can submit OPP multiple times and each time new questions will appear. No, no. One set will be assigned to you, and also a proctor will be there to watch you. So the set will be same. It will not change according to your submission. What you can do, just like you submit your assignments. So you can consider OPP is a set of 7 different assignments. Yeah, there are in total 7 questions, just like in mock. There will be 3 sections. The first section will be somewhat easy. You will be able to solve those problems very easily if you have your concepts clear. And the second section will also be like easy to moderate, and the third one will have you um, will extract all the um knowledge you had grasped till now. So it will be moderate, you can say, or some in some sets it will be hard. In the third section, there will be only 2 problems. The first problem will be a function type problem where you have to like take arguments as input in a function, and they will ask you to perform a moderate level task on that. So you have to do that. And the second problem will be of pattern printing. You have to print a special kind of pattern. They could say you to print a pattern of M, a pattern of W, or something like that. I hope you had at least explored the mocks that are available in the portal. If you explore them, you will get to know what I am talking about. Only one set you have to do. There will be only one set. There will be 7 problems in total. You have to just like in the assignments, there will be 2 buttons. The first one will be for the public test cases if you want to run the test, and the second button will be of submit. Everything will be same, just as it is in your assignments. It's GRPs I'm talking about. You don't have to worry about that. Everything will be familiarized. Okay, so I hope some of you had already attempted some OPP mock sets that are there in the portal. If you have any doubts on them, you can ask me. This is the first thing that we are going to do in this session. You can raise your hands. Yeah, first of all, let me take the doubts, Harsh. After that, we will discuss on that. Yes, Rayyan, what is your doubt?
Sir, if I want to do week-wise practice for GRPA, which I have already submitted, so which resource I have to follow?
You want to practice the GRPs, so just
Week-wise, which I have already submitted.
did you submitted them by
Yeah,
yourself?
yes, of course, by myself.
Okay, so what is the problem then? You can just solve them again. There is no need to go for another resource because there is not that much time now.
Okay, like I want to know like if there is any website or something so that I can
I
practice
think
here
I
on.
think quizpractice.space is offering practicing OPP for Python. You can check that out.
Okay, okay, thank you.
Let's see. Let me explore. This is the website. You can see there is a button called Practice OPP.
But I want to practice like for week-wise, like week one, then two, and
For that, you have to just go to the week-wise content in your portal and solve the GRPS accordingly.
okay.
There is only one set that they are offering. So, but there is no interpreter here, so I don't think this will be good. You can just refer to it for seeing the questions. What are the questions? But don't
Yeah,
do it.
that's why I'm asking.
Yeah. Okay. Any doubts in those questions, or should I just go and attempt the sets in front of you? I think currently you don't have any doubts. If you have, if you solve some problems after this session, you can ask your doubts in the next session, which will be tomorrow.
Is this session being recorded
Yes, it is streaming on the YouTube.
on YouTube? Is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So let's start from here, right? Let's take one September set and one January set. I think this will be good. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 3. Okay, let's take this one. Before going on forward, please open this same portal in this same page in your portal.
Set is this? Which term?
This is September set 2, 24 September set 2.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so it is going to be like that. I am going to give you some time, and in that time, uh, you have to figure out the solution of this problem and pass all the test cases also. And if you fail somewhere, or if you get some doubts in on the way, you can ask. So for this problem, I think section 1 is easy. So 3 minutes will be enough, I think. It will be according to the set, according to your slot. There will be one slot assigned to you. Uma, I am talking to you. There will be one slot assigned to you, and the meeting link will be shared to you, and you have to be present there in the meeting also with your phone, and you have to open the course link the link for this OPP in your laptop or computer. Are you talking something? I think your voice is so low. Okay, so it is going to be of I think 2 hours. I'm not sure. You can check on Discourse. It will be available there. 2 hours. Okay, 2 minutes remaining. It is def is positive, odd, or negative even. What you have to do, you have to write a function. It is all already there. What you have to do, you have in this function you have to check if an integer is either a positive odd number or a negative even number. If either one of these conditions is getting true, then you have to return true. Otherwise, you have to return false. There is one solution by Anisha Singh. The code is written like this: that return true if your n is less than 0. Okay, for negative. But if you are checking for negative, you have to also check for even. I don't think you had checked for it. So this solution is not going to work. Okay, it is passing.
No, sir, it's not passing the back distance.
Yeah, obviously it will not pass. I think this question
Yes, it's
is
wrong. Sorry.
hard for it. Yeah, don't be sorry. Just try to return. See, what we have to do, we have to check for two conditions. The first condition is positive odd, but your first condition is negative even. So this n less than 0 is signifying that our integer is negative. With that, we have to also check one more condition, and that condition is for being even. How to check that it is even? For that, we can just say n modulo 2 is equal to 0. This will show that it is even. And same here, because we want to satisfy one of these criteria, positive odd or negative even. So this criteria is negative even. Let's check for positive odd. So first of all, we will check for even. First of all, we will check for positive. How can we check the positive thing? N greater than 0. And then we will check for odd. And for that, you had done absolute of n, because your n is greater than 0. Okay, it doesn't matter, because if you do the division of it by 2, because our n is greater than 0, actually absolute should be here because it is negative even. So these are the two conditions. And one more thing, you already know that conditions are boolean, right? They always return in either true or false, correct or not?
Yes, sir.
So we don't have to explicitly write this condition. We can directly return the condition. We don't have to give the if and else things, because conditions themselves are sufficient. They will always return a boolean. That is what we want.
Is the absolute function necessary?
Because it is negative, so finding, I'm not sure. Let's check it without it. It's always better to be already aware of these situations, because these are the edge cases. It is still passing, you can see. So it
Okay, so it's
depends
not
on
that
language.
necessary, right?
Yeah. So this absolute you can add it. It is always better. It is considered as good practice. So you can add
Okay,
it
okay.
because in some old programming languages this can cause issue. So you should write a solution that will work on any programming language, right?
Yeah, yeah. So it's a good practice, right?
Correct. Okay, this is the second question. I hope you had also opened this problem on your portal. Again, I'm giving you 3 minutes for solving this problem. What you have to do, let me explain the question. You have to write a function within and has double quotes. What this will do, it will check if a given string starts and end with double quotes and if there are double quotes inside the string, excluding the first and last characters. Okay, so three conditions: a double quote should be at the beginning, a double quote should be at the end, and a double quote should be present in the middle. Leaving those two, we are not counting these two, so there should be at least three double quotes inside your string in the like described sequence. Then only it will return true. This is also a boolean function. It will either return true or false. So it is 818. Let's solve this at 821 or 822. If you solve it, you can paste your solution.
Sir, can you please tell what is the condition for double quotes being inside the string? Uh, like it should have to be in the middle of the string.
No, no, not middle. It should be between the string. Like let me explain it to you. It should be in between. Like if this word is written under, so this is the first character of your string. This is the last character of your string, and all these three characters are considered as middle. Okay, these three characters are considered as middle, so it can be either uh, like if your double quote is in present in any of these places, it will be considered valid. Okay, I hope you got.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Okay, 2 minutes remaining. Only 1 minute. Okay, has someone do it?
Yes, sir.
There are some solutions. The Yan had shared some solution. Let's see. if length of s is greater than or equal to 2 and s of 0 is code s of minus 1, which is the last position, is code, and inner one is from index 1 to index minus 1, which will return from to index minus 2. Okay, return double quote in inner. Okay, but it is written that you have to write a function that will check if a given string starts and ends with a double quote, and if there are double quotes inside the string also. So the length of s should be strictly greater than 2, not greater than equal to 2, right? Because there should be at least 3 quotes inside your string for it to be true. That is why there should be at least 3 quotes inside our strings, and the length of the string will be at least 3. That is why you have to say the length of s is strictly greater than 2. It can be 3, 4, 5, 6. We don't know. All the other conditions are good. Okay, so let's run the test. Okay, there is one more solution of Anisha Singh. Return true if.
So
Okay,
show
there
the
are many
solution.
solutions.
What is solutions as solved? It is solved. Not I could not see, sir.
What?
What is the solution of the code?
This one?
Oh, len. Oh, so we have to add the condition of len. Len get into.
Yeah, obviously, because there are at least 3 double quotes inside your string. So the length of your string will obviously be greater than 2, right?
Okay.
You can say
I
greater than 2 or you can say greater than equal to 3. It is just up to you, whatever you want.
if we not put the condition of len of three, len of s is greater than 3, then what will happen?
What will happen is that when you will do the slicing, when uh, this test case will occur, let's suppose this test case is passed.
Okay. Oh,
In
hey,
this,
no.
you can say you can see the length of your string is just 2, correct?
Yes, yes. So I have done it by is in this. Suppose there is string, and I have done by this method. If string quoted quotes quotation within quotation is in string, so this
Okay.
way I have done. But it is passing only two private test cases. On one is not passing. All private test cases are not passing.
Can you share your code? Where is your code?
One minute, sir. 1 minute. Yes, 1 minute.
You have to add just.
Sir, here we can add three conditions. First starts with, then second ends with, and the third one is
Yes, one thing, sir.
string of starting and
Yeah, you can add 3 conditions like this. You are saying return uh, your s
So
dot
return
start.
true.
starts with double quotes and ends with double quotes and double quotes in string of 1 colon minus 2.
So
Third
Sir,
condition.
can't we access it with indexing? Like at first index it
Start
will be double quotes, at last index yani ki -1 it will be double quotes, and at any I inside the string, like for I in
so
string,
Yeah, yeah, it will be
double
same.
quote.
Like you can do either way. It will be same. You can see that there can be more than 3 different approaches to solve this problem. It is
so
just up to you, whatever you are
third
doing.
condition is double quotes in string of 1 colon minus 2.
this way,
Why
is
why
it
minus 2?
Minus 2 to not include the last one index. Last one which ends with 1. Because you have to check it's in the mid or not.
But you know that when we give the range, it works from start to end minus one. So if we give minus one, it will automatically ignore the last character,
Ah,
right?
sorry, sorry. Yeah, yeah.
So we just have to. The third condition will be like this. We will
So
say,
I'm not. So index is my nursery is indexing, providing index nursery here.
yeah, minus one will be obviously necessary because you want to check the third string in by ignoring the first and the last character.
So it is my screen visual, sir.
Mm, no,
I've shared. I've
yes,
shared
yes, it is visible now.
this one.
No, the third condition is false. You had given the third condition for complete S.
In S. Okay, okay.
You have to check that the third code is there in the middle of the string or not. So for
Oh,
that you have to slice your original string and make it from index 1 to index minus 1, or
okay. That's okay. Okay, sir. Okay,
yeah.
sir.
So this is how you have to do the slicing. Obviously, there are different ways to solve it. If you want to change it, you can also say from like this length of s, right? It's just up to you. There are different ways to solve it. And just like I had told you in the previous question, that this is a boolean. This is the question where you have to give the condition. So it is a you can directly give your conditions, and they will automatically return true and false. You don't have to explicitly say it, return true, return false, as you can see, right?
So can you please scroll to the right?
Yeah, see, this is the first condition starts with, this is the second condition. You can also use indexing here, I'm not restricting you. And this is the third condition, right?
But sir, if minus
Okay,
one
sir.
is included, so that will be skipped, no?
Yeah, the fourth condition should be that length of this s should be at least 2, so greater than or equal to 2. Or because we are just directly targeting those strings which have these three codes, so we can say greater than 2. Okay, it will check for those strings which have the length greater than 2. So it will, because we are using this starts with function, you can assume there is a test case like this. So you can see this is starting with code and it is ending with code, but the length of it is just 1. That is why I have to also add this fourth condition here, which is going to figure out the length. All the test cases are passed, but I am using the best practices to further enhance my code. You can consider that. Okay, should we move to the third problem?
Yes.
Okay, this is the third problem. Given a tuple t of odd length, okay, a tuple t is given and the length is odd, and a positive integer n is given. Replace the middle element with n copies of itself. What you have to do? You have to take the middle element of this tuple. You have to replicate this middle element n times. Let's suppose this is your example where the tuple is containing natural numbers from 1 to 5 and your n is 5. So what you will do, you will first of all find the middle of this tuple, which is 3.
Len of T flow division 2.
Yeah, what you are doing, you are taking the, yeah, you can consider that length of your t floor division by 2, or like after that what you have to do, you have to replicate it n times. In this example n is 5, so you can see 3 is replicated 5 times.
It's quite
And
simple.
yeah, again I am giving you 3 minutes to solve this problem. Take your time. Wait. I think a solution had come. 2 on plus even num. Okay, we will see. First of all, let it finish. Timer. Remember, your tuples are immutable objects, so you cannot directly mutate them. Just remember that. You can use slicing here. Okay. See, first of all, let's write this code in detail. What is the middle index? Can someone tell me what is the middle index?
Length of the tuple, floor division
And
2.
so length of t floor division 2 plus 1.
So is it
Why?
len of t minus 1 divided by 2? Floor division 2. Because the indexing starts with 1, no? 0, no?
No, the middle index is just going to be length of your t, floor division by 2.
Division
You
2.
don't have to
Yes.
do plus 1 minus 1. The
Okay.
whenever the middle element is asked in a programming language, you just have to give the floor division of it by 2. That is how it is considered in any industry. So it
Okay.
can be changed somewhere, but most of the places it is considered as length of t by 2. And the middle
Okay.
value
Even
will
if
be,
it's a list, is it?
yeah,
Okay.
I can access it, right? I am not mutating, I am just accessing, so it is allowed, right? Now what I had done, I had taken the middle index and I had just found the middle value which is present at that index. Now I want to return a new tuple. What is that tuple? The tuple contains, first of all, I want to collect all these elements that are before 3. So for that I will do the slicing like this.
Zoom the interpreter, please.
What?
Zoom the interpreter, please.
Okay. Is it fine now?
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay, so see, I will start from the beginning and I will go till my middle index minus 1, right? And for that, I just have to give the middle index here because when you give the ranges, it goes from start to end minus 1. We had repeated this fact several times, right?
Yes.
Whenever we give the range, it starts from the starting index and it ends at the ending index that is given minus 1. So it will take 1 and 2 according to this example. Then what I want to do, I want to do
Middle index to last.
concatenation. Yeah, what I will do, I will take the middle value. What is the middle value according to this example?
3.
3. And what
Multiplicate by n.
I am going to replicate this by multiplying it to 5, or according to the example n, because we want to generalize it for every single
Sir,
test.
you have to do it outside and put a comma, otherwise it will give an error.
Correct, correct, correct. We are going to discuss also that. See, whenever we give only this is a singleton tuple. This had also come in one GRPA where a
Yes.
singleton tuple is asked. So if you give only one element inside a tuple, it is not considered as a tuple. It is considered as a value.
In integer.
So we have to add a comma after it. Then only it will be considered as a tuple, right? But there is one more problem. Can someone tell me what is the problem?
So the length can be odd or even both. So when we will try to find the middle index, then the length, if the length is odd and if the length is even, it can create an issue.
Uh, no, no, it is already given to us in the question that the length of this tuple is odd.
Okay, I didn't notice it. Sorry, sir.
See,
I think
the
it's
problem.
multiply and it should be outside the.
Yeah, you are correct. So see what is happening. I am doing mid value multiply by 9, but we already know that this tuple contains integers. So it is not going to replicate, it is going to multiply. Integers always multiply. So instead of replicating 5 times, it will give me 3 multiplied by 5, which is 15. I don't want that. So what I will do, I will take this multiply n outside because I want to replicate the tuple, not the value, right?
Yes.
So this is my new middle tuple, and for the last one, what I will do, I will start from mid index plus 1, correct? Because mid index is already been taken into account, and I will go till last. So this is how we are doing the slicing and concatenation together.
So
Let's
I
see.
have something else, but can you repeat how we got the comma? Why are we using the comma?
This comma you are asking.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so let's see why we are using the comma.
So I'm not clear about middle index. Could you please explain? Middle index, mid value.
Okay, let's clear it. Let's suppose the length of our t is 5. If you divide 5 by 2, what will come?
3.
3. And that is the middle element. That is the middle index. According to this question, you can see.
Okay.
So that is going to be your middle index, and you are going to replicate that,
Okay.
right? Actually, it is index 2, not 3. Whatever you are, the example I had given, if you do the 5 like this, it is going to return 2 because we are using the floor division. It will be 2, 2 is 4, and 1 will come out as remainder, and we are taking only the quotient part, which is 2. So it is not 3, it is 2. That is why at the index 2, the middle element is lying. So that is why we are doing length of t divide by 2.
And what will
Okay,
return you do?
and one more doubt is you had asked that let's suppose there is a tuple called a, and in this tuple only one value is lying. Let's suppose only 10 is there. Okay, you are asking why we are using the comma. So let's print our a and see. Just focus on the first value that is going to come out now. As you can see in the first value, instead of giving me tuple, it is giving me a value, right?
Yeah, sir. So it should come with a tuple as well.
Yeah, it is not a tuple. According to Python, it is not considered as tuple. Let's see the type of it. If it is a tuple, then it
Integer.
should give.
Oh yeah, yeah. I had learned this in 12th, but I forgot it. Okay, yeah, I got it now. I got it now.
Sir, excuse me, sir. Excuse me, sir.
Yes, yes, yes,
Sir,
yes.
in this return statement, the question is asking that mid value should be replicated n times. But in
Yeah,
this response, in the output, it should come. It will mid replicated in the middle part. It is replicated n times. But in the last part, it is also middle index is coming. The last part t of and middle index plus one.
yeah.
Okay. Oh, yes, correct. Plus one time. Okay, that's okay. That's okay.
It is plus one now. Yeah. Okay, I hope it is clear now. Let's see for the private test cases. Okay, now section 2 is coming. Now things are going to be somewhat moderate. So this is the next question. Given a list which contains integers and none. So list is containing only two type of values, either integers or none. So what you have to do, you have to count the number of positive integers while ignoring none values. Okay, you have to ignore the none values, and you have to count the number of positive integers. Zero should not be counted. So zero is not considered as positive integer. They had also clarified it. So you can see the example. In this example, there are some integers, there are some nuns, there are some negative integers, there are some zeros. You have to count only the positive integers like 1, 3, and 4. So our output should be 3, as you can see. Is the question clear? Okay, take your time again. Let's. This question should take 3 minutes, I think. After that, we can have a discussion.
Some background noise is coming, sir. Please mute them.
Okay. Okay, I think the time is over. I hope you had attempted this question.
Yes, sir.
Okay, let's see how we can achieve this. First of all, the nums is given to us, which is containing uh, some integers, nuns, and 0. So let's filter that. Let's filter this nums and take out only integers. Okay. For that, I will do one thing. I will see what is the type of none. Is it going to throw an error or not? I'm just doing it for the sake of completion because I'm going to write a lambda function that is going to do something like that. Okay, it is throwing the error. It's saying syntax invalid. Okay, it is here. Let's return something because it is not giving anything. Okay, it is not throwing the error. Good. What we will do, we will write a filter function. This will be a lambda function. It will take every single element from our nums and it will return only those numbers, those outputs which have the type as the type of an integer. So let's suppose 6. 6 is an integer, right? So the type of x, if it matches the type of 6, which is integer, so I will understand that this is an integer. I have to take that. This is how I'm writing my lambda function, and I will pass my nums. Is it clear what I am doing till now? I'm using a filter function inside. Yeah. Then I will convert it to a list, and I will say I will call this new list int nums. Let's print that first. For those who had written a short code for this, please be patient. I am writing a long code so that everyone can understand. As you can see, our output is only containing integers. So our first goal is already achieved, that we have to ignore nuns. Now what I have to do, I have to make our final output as, again I will filter this out and I will say lambda x. Again I will filter. This time how I will filter, I will say x is greater than 0 because I have to take only positive integers, right? And I will pass my int nums here. This is the second filter I am applying. Let me also add some comments here. This is the filter to remove none, and this is the filter to get only positive integers. So these are the two filters I had put. Now this is my final output. I just have to return the length of it because they are not seeking the filtered list. You can see in the question, they are asking me to count the number of positive integers. So just I have to give the length of this list, which is containing only positive integers, right? So I will just give the length of it. Let's check this out if it is working. As you can see, it is working for the private test cases. Again working. Great. Did you understand what I had done?
So what is type 6?
Type 6.
Yes.
I had just written it. It is just hard coded value. I can give 0, I can give 12. I am just trying to match it. This X, I am trying to match the type of it with a type which is a type of 4. What is the type of 4?
Integer.
Integer. That is why I am like equating them, that the type of 4 is integer, so type of X should also be the same as the type of 4. I had written like this because if you directly write something like int, this will not work, right? If you had using the type function somewhere, you should know about this. Let me first complete this code. And so you can see, if I print the type of 6, let me print that.
Integer. It's integer, I think.
That is the problem, it will not give directly integer, it will give actually it is not coming here. So because they had formatted it like this, let me go to programmers. I say print the type of 6. If I run this code, that is the problem. Only int is not coming out. The class int is coming out. And it is not a string, it is some kind of object. So instead of writing this complex thing, this class and int, this complex object, I had just written type of 6, type of 15, or type of any other integer you can pass. 6 is not necessary, right?
Means
And
it should be other than none, I think. Yeah, that's why you are doing.
yeah,
Type should be integer and not none.
yeah.
That's what.
Now, can someone tell me how I can reduce this code? I had written a long code. How I can use one filter function to do get the job done? Only one filter function.
Not none and greater than 0.
What I have to do, I have to take this condition.
For loop, we can do it, sir.
No, we just have to. Sorry. I have. I can just use and. I can use and here. So in this, I had add this condition, and in the second filter function, I had added this condition. Because I want to satisfy both the condition, you already know that if we use this and, it will ask for both the condition, right? So this way, I don't have need for the second line. I can just directly find the length of this int nums. And if I run this code, as you can see, test cases are passing.
Sir, whole code is not visible, sir. Yes, sir. Okay.
So what I had done inside my lambda function, instead of giving these two conditions one by one in two filter functions, I had given those two conditions on a single filter lambda function, and I had added and between them. This and will demand both the condition to be satisfied,
Sir,
right?
if we interchange the condition, will the result affect?
No. Then it will throw error. Can someone tell me why?
Yes, sir, because we are comparing none with the integers.
Yeah, if we interchange the condition, then first of all we are checking that our x is greater than 0. But
None
if
is
none comes, none greater than 0 will throw error. Here what we are doing, first of all we are checking the type, and if the type is an integer, then only we are doing the comparison. That is why it is not throwing the error. But we interchange the condition, then it will throw error, because
Yep.
then it will try to compare our none for greater than 0, but none is not comparable. That is why.
Yes.
Okay, let's not go more deep. We don't
Sir,
have time.
I have not noted. Please, one second, sir.
Should I share the code?
Sir, can you please check my code, like what's wrong in it? Because I'm getting 4 instead of getting 3.
Okay, let's also comment this. Let's also comment this. So we are saying for I in num, if I is not equal to 0 and I is not equal to none, count plus equal
Should
to,
it be I is greater than 0?
yeah, first of all you should check if I is less not equal to none.
I
First
think
of all,
this will throw an error.
yeah, that the code that you had written is like error prone, because in one condition it will try to compare it to 0. That is why you should write your first condition like this: I is not equal to none, and your second condition should be to check positive. What is the condition for positive? Greater than 0, right? not
Yes, sir.
not equal to 0 is not the correct condition. I is greater than 0 is the correct condition. Now
Okay.
let's try. As you can see, test cases are passing. Let's see for private. Passing.
Okay, sir.
Okay, this is input type, output type question.
The
Given,
for rupees simple to use, sir.
yeah, given n pair of pairs of integers, print the sum and the absolute difference of each pair alternatively. Did you get the point? Given n pair of integers, how they will be given? Like this. First of all, they will tell you how many pairs are there. This is the number of pairs, first input. Then the subsequent inputs are the pairs. What you have to do, you have to first of all find the sum. What is the sum of 1 and 2? It is 3, right? And you have to find the absolute difference alternatively. Like this, for this first pair you have to find the sum. For the second pair you have to find the alternative absolute difference. For this third pair you have to again do the sum. So you have to do it alternatively. Are you getting the point? Like, if a pair is given to me 1 comma 2 3 comma 4 and 5 comma 6 7 comma 8 and 0 comma 9, let's say, so you have to go like this first pair start with sum, then absolute difference, then again sum, then again absolute difference, then again sum, and so on. I hope you got the question, right? You have to do it till the pair comes, till the pair are coming for all the pairs. Okay, and let me write the first thing, that is this. This is the number of pairs, total number of pairs. I am talking about this one. If it is 3, then you have to receive three pairs. If it is 4, then you have to receive 4 pairs. If it is 2, then you have to receive 2 pairs. Like this. Can you do it? It doesn't matter if you can do it or you cannot do it. Just try to attempt it.
So
These
with
three.
which set? Which set?
It is September 2024 set 2.
A different question showing in my dashboard said September 2024, set 4.
It is not set 4, it is set 2.
So I pasted it. Okay, let's discuss that how we can do that. First of all, we have to receive the pairs to work on them. So what I will do, I will say for I in the range of n. You can see I'm running a loop and this loop will run n times and that is what I want. If it will run n times, I will receive the pair each time. If it will run two times, then I will receive two pairs. I will say give me an input, enter the pair, I can say, right? After that, I will split it using the commas. Okay, I can split it like this. And then after that, whatever there is, Character 1 comma character 2 equals to pair.
yeah. So I will take this pair and I will map it. Why I am going to map it? Or rather forget. It will be like we can do something like this. Pair is equal to a comma b. There are two items, right? And after that, I can say a comma b is equal to int of a comma int of b because they are strings currently. They were strings and we had splitted them using commas, but they are still strings. 1 and 8 they are strings, so we have to first convert them to integers. That is why I am saying a comma b is int of a comma int of b. Is this part clear?
Yes.
Okay, great. Now I will create a global count. Global count.
So can we not add int function before itself, like int of input of enter the pair.
Then
No,
we
no.
won't be able to
Child.
split it.
See, when we split our input, what we receive? What do we
Serious.
receive?
Like commas, yeah, will be split. It will split it,
No,
yeah.
no. After splitting, what do we receive?
A list
But
with comma separated values.
Correct,
oh,
correct. It is
yeah,
a
so we
list.
can't add int before itself, is it?
Yeah, we cannot directly convert a whole list into an integer. We can convert the values inside the list as integer. That is why we have to do it like this.
Okay.
Now, what I am doing, I am creating a global count and I am initializing it to 1. Okay. Or let's call it something unique which you will understand easily. I will say it to switch, and I will make it value. I will make the value of it to true. What is the name of it? Switch. And true means on, false mean off. I will say if the switch is on, if switch, this switch itself is a boolean. That is why I don't have to explicitly say equal to true, because this switch itself is a boolean. It will be either true or either false. So I am saying if the switch is on, then do the sum, then print the sum of a comma b, or you can simply say a plus b, right? They were saying us to alternatively do this like this: sum, absolute difference, sum, absolute difference. So I am saying if my switch is on, if my switch is on, then I will do sum. If my switch is off, then I will do difference. Okay, I will do something like this. And every single time, whenever, if my switch is on, I will do the sum, and then I will turn off the switch, so that in the next time absolute difference can operation can be performed. That is why I will turn off the switch. What is the meaning of turning off the switch? That means I will make the value of it to false. Correct? And if the switch is already false, then I know that I have to do the absolute difference. So I will say abs of a minus b, right? And I will turn on the switch like this. Are you getting the point? What I am doing?
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
Yeah. So
But
that's it.
sir, you can, if you closely observe the outputs of the input, 1 comma
Mhm.
8 is also giving you 9, and 1 minus 8 also giving you 9. How can it be possible? Either minus 1 comma minus 8 will give you 9. Otherwise, it is not possible. Na? It will give you 7.
See, Dibya, it is starting from sum. That is why our switch is true. When our switch is true, so switch is on, we are doing the sum. What is the sum of 8 and 1?
But it's minus 1. Na? 8 and 1
No,
is
no,
9.
no, no. Forget the second pair for now. Focus on the first pair. We are doing the sum
Hmm.
for the first pair. So what is the sum of 8 and 1? 9.
Hmm.
Correct? So it
Hmm.
is coming here. Then for the second pair, we have to do the absolute difference. We have to alternate between them like this:
Oh, oh.
sum,
Hmm.
abs, difference. We have to, that is why whenever I am doing the sum, I am turning off the switch, and whenever I am doing the absolute difference, I am turning on the switch again. So I am alternating between them like this. Okay. Then if you do the absolute difference of minus 1 and minus 8, so it will come like this: minus 1 minus 8, because we are doing the difference.
Hmm.
What is the difference between minus 1 and minus 8? It is 9 minus 9. And
Hmm.
when we do the absolute of it, it will give me 9. That is why 9 is there.
Sir, it's problem number 2.1. Uh,
To
two.
section 2, problem 2
Hmm.
of September
Yes,
2024,
I
set 2.
see.
Okay, let's run the test. Okay, I think something ever it is, there is an error. Int input, enter the total number of pairs.
So just the text is creating error.
No, this is not closed. The string is not closed.
Sir, you can take total number of pairs, na?
Let's
Means, uh,
remove all these strings.
yes, this is creating problem because in the portal it is allowed in Google Colab or any Visual Studio, but in the portal it's showing error. I also trying that kind of things. Yes.
Okay.
And moreover, I am quite astonished in the problem of section 3 problem 2. First time I have solved without any commenting on the code. All the test cases has been passed, including private and public. But when I am
Okay.
giving some comments to for future preferences, it will
Hmm.
give me an error, and test cases are failed.
Oh, so don't add the comments on the portal. You can save your code on Visual Studio Code and add your comments there or
Mm.
in Colab also. Okay, so this is the section 3 problem 1, and you can see the level is again increasing. This is the problem on list of list, which we also call matrices. So this time we had given a square matrix. What you have to do, you have to walk along the matrix according to a specified path and return a list of elements based on the path. First of all, you have to go to path like this, like L. So let me plot the matrix, then it will be clear. If my matrix is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. So first of all, I have to go by L path. So like this, 1, 4, 7, 8, 9. I have to go like this. So all the elements will be 1, 4, 7, 8, 9. 1, 4, 7, 8, 9. Then after that, this is my first step. After that, I have to go uh, in a Z uh, side like this. So all the elements will be 1, 2, 3, 5, and 7, 8, and 9. This is the second part. And the third part is O. What do we mean by O? Let's see. Start from the top left corner. So top left corner is this, and we have to and traverse the matrix clockwise in an O shape. So we have to go like this: 1, 2, 3, 6, 9, 8, 7, 4. I think. Let's see the test cases for better view. Okay. So it will be like this. This shape will be given to us in the argument. Okay. If the shape is given as L, then we have to follow like this. If the shape is given as Z, then like this, and you got the point. Now let's see the test cases. In this test case, the L pattern is asked. So we have to go 1, 4, 7, 8, 9, like I had demonstrated. That is why this is the output. Okay, this is about L. Now in the second one, the pattern is Z. So we have to go like this: 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And the third pattern is O. This time we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 again. What we are doing, we are starting from top left corner. We are going like this. So in summary, it is not a O path. It is something like this. Okay, they are calling it O because they don't have any special character like this in English, in the English alphabets. That is why they are calling it O. But this is not O. It is somewhat linear, you can say, right? So this is your O pattern. You have to write code for these three patterns. Okay, try to attempt it. I am giving you 5 minutes for this problem. Then we will start solving this.
Sir, this problem. Sir,
Yeah,
this problem, which part do you want?
the shape will be given to us in the input.
Hmm. Yes, I have solved it. I can share.
Let other people solve. When the time will finish, then we will discuss on your solution also. Okay, I think the time is over. Let's do them one by one. First of all, let's do the solution for L, right? So for L, you can see what I have to do. I have to first of all get the first column. That is my first task. Get the first column. Then I have to take the last row and ignore the first element of the last row. Okay. So I will say output is equal to an empty list. Okay. Even because we have to give the output for every shape, so I am creating this empty list outside. Okay. Then what I will do, first of all, I will take the first column. I will say for I in the range of length of m, this will give me the number of rows inside my matrix. Inside it I will create one more loop and say length of m of 0, and if I access m of j of I, well, even why we are creating nested loop, we want only the first column, so we can directly say m of 0 of I, correct? We can take the first row, even it will be like this. The column is fixed. This is the first column, and we are changing the rows. So first of all, it will give me m of 0 0, that is this. Then it will give me m of 1 0, that is this. And it will give me m of 2 0, that is this. This is how I am accumulating the first column. What I will do of it, I will append all the items that are present in my first column inside my output. Okay, so you can consider that 1 4 7 are collected, the element of first column. Now we want to collect 8 and 9. How I can do that? For that I will say for j, I am not creating a nested loop, I am creating one more loop after it. This loop was for collecting the elements of first column. Okay, just that. And this second loop is for collecting the remaining elements of last row. So if I say for j in the range of, you can see that we want to ignore this 7 because this 7 is already collected in this loop. So how we can ignore it? We can start our index from 1, right? This is at the 0th index of the first row. So we will start from the 1 index and we will go till the length of m again. Because it is a square matrix, we don't have to worry about the length of m of or length of m0 because there are the same number of rows and same number of columns. You don't have to worry about it. I will take this loop and I will collect m of, this time our row is fixed, so our row is -1, which is the last row, correct? And our columns are changing, so j will be put here. And again, just like before, I will append this into my output. And after doing this, I will just return the output. As you can see, first test case is passed, which is for L, right? So our shape L problem is completely solved. Now I will
Okay,
say if,
in the -1 part, sorry, in 21, line 21.
line 21.
Minus 1, yeah.
This
Then,
minus 1 is for taking the last row. See, in Python, how do we
oh, yeah,
store?
yeah, okay, okay, okay.
You got
Yeah,
it?
yeah, now I got it. Sorry. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That was common sense. Sorry, sorry.
No, no, don't be sorry for asking question. Asking question is a good thing. Don't ever be sorry about it. Okay, so the second pattern is for shape. So for that, you already know that how we have to do it. First of all, we have to go like this, right? Which is the first row. So collecting the elements of first row. It will be very easy. We don't have to even use the loop. This is the first row, right?
And
This
zero.
is the first row. What we will do, we will say output dot extend. I'm just extending my output. And if you don't know how to use this extend function, you can use the concatenation. You can say output is equal to output plus m of 0, and that's it. Is it simple, right?
Yes.
Now, this is the complex part which we had not oftenly do it. This time we have to go alternative diagonally. This is the diagonal. We have to go to reverse diagonal. Which is, we have to ignore 3. We have to collect 5 and we have to collect 7 and all the elements that are coming in this reverse diagonal. How we can do that? That is the problem. So it is still not a problem for us. You can see that we have to start from the second last index and we are going in the reverse direction, right? We are starting from the second last index and we are going in the reverse direction, which is -2, then -3, and like this. So we have to create a loop that will go in a reverse direction. I will say collecting the reverse diagonal elements. I can also add this sign here, this forward slash, which is very much pretty much like this what we are trying to achieve. I will say for I in the, let me show you the code first. For I in the range of, as I had demonstrated, it will go from -2, right? And it will go till the first index, right? It is starting from the second last index and it is going till the first index. First index means I have to give -1 here, because if I give -1 here, then only it is going to go till 0. Uh, the same concept that we had discussed in the previous questions, starting to end -1. Okay, that is why I am giving -1 here. And in the third argument, I will give -1. Can someone tell me why I had given -1
We
here?
are moving in the reverse direction, that's why.
Yeah, this is the step parameter, right? We are
Yes.
going in the reverse direction. So it will start from the second last index and it will go like this. But we have one more problem. Our this is for the rows. How the rows are changing. First of all, we are taking the this is about the columns, I think. Yeah, it is about the column. First of all, we are taking the second last column, then the third last column. So this loop which we had created is only about the columns. Now we have to take account of the rows. How rows are changing? We are starting from the second row. You can see our 5 is lying at the second row. This is the first row and this is the second row. So our row, first row is the second row and we have to go till the last row. So this time I will say inside it, for j in the range of, it is starting from the second row which is at index 1. So from index 1 it is going till last. So length of m, right? And we will access it using m of j I. Remember, this loop is for rows, this loop is for columns. That is why here j, here I. Don't get confused. This loop is for rows. That is why I had passed j at first. And this loop is for columns. That is why I had passed I here. You can also change the name. You can say for j here, for I here. Now you can say m of ij, because many people are familiar with ij, that is why I am doing it. So this is the element that we have to take, and I will append this in my output.
So J is
But
for column. So J is for column in this.
yeah, but there is a problem here. Can someone tell me what is the problem? Do you think this kind of loop will work here?
This thing gets out of the
Indentation error.
No, no, there is no indentation error, but there is a separate kind of issue with this. This is a nested loop. Just think for a moment what is wrong with this method.
it will check for every entry, I think.
It is going to check for every single, like, see what will happen. First of all, it will take the second last column, and for the second last column it is going to collect all the rows. So 5 and 8, it will collect both of them. Then it will come here and again it will collect 4 and 7, both of them, because we are using nested loops. We are taking all the rows for every single column. Are you getting the point? That is why nested loop is not going to work as we expect here. We have to do something else. What do you think what we can do? Instead of adding a loop here, I will just create a variable here. Before this loop, I will create a variable here and I will call it I. And just like the loop, the starting position of it is going to be 1. Okay. Let me also comment that loop so that you can understand what I am doing. Instead of writing a loop here, because loop is going to work for every single column and it is going to collect all the items. That is why I am just using a single variable, so that the same thing will not repeat. That is what we want. So after every single iteration, see, our I is 1 here. So that means the first element that is going to come out is this 5. It is about m of I is 1 and our j is -2. It is this 5. Is the first iteration clear? What is happening in the first iteration? Yeah. So now you already know that our loop is going to work in reverse direction. So the next value of j will be -3, right? What I want to do, when our j will become -3, I want to change our I to 2. This 2 comma -3 is this element. This is what I want to do. So for that, what I will do, it is very simple. I will just keep appending these items and I will just keep incrementing my I, because you can also see here it is just incrementing. It had just become from 1 to 2. So I can do the incrementing manually, right? This is about the diagonals. Now, as the same here, collecting the remaining elements of the last row. That is the same thing we have to do here in the Z. We had collected these elements. We had collected these elements. Now we have to collect these elements. So I can just copy paste it because it is the same as it was for L. And that's it. I will just return.
Sir, why you are counting I, sir? Because without counting I, you can do that, no?
Uh,
Incrementing.
if we don't increment Dibya, then after taking 5, it will take 4. It will go like this if we don't increment I. When the columns are changing, we also want to change the row. When the column are going like this, we also want the rows to be go like this. That is why we are incrementing.
Yes. Excuse me, sir. Sir,
Yes.
in this case, I is incrementing, but the j is decrementing, sir.
Yeah.
So j also we have to be taken into consideration. I equal to I
Consideration.
plus 1. This you said that I is equal to I plus 1.
Yeah.
So j also I have to be taken into consideration because j is also decrementing in this case. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. We had defined the loop for our column, so it is going to change automatically because it is a loop. Always picks up the fresh items. It is not a variable. It will automatically change each time according to this range. That is why we are manually changing our I. Still, I think there is some issue with this. I had done the test. Our output is coming out something like this: 0, 1, 2, 3, and it is taking 13, 14, 15. It's not taking these items. So I think something is wrong with our code, which is this. Okay, let's see what is the issue. We are saying for j in the range of 2 minus 1 to minus 1. Okay, so okay, so what we had done, we are going from minus 2, but we have to go according to the length of our m. That is why it is just iterating randomly. We don't want to do it randomly. We want this range to be according to our indices, right? So for that, we will say length of m, and because we want to take the second last, so I will do minus 2 here, right? It is starting index, and here it will be same. Let's try now. Okay, as you can see, it is passed now. Okay. Let's see the third pattern. If our shape is equal to, what is the third shape? O. Okay, so our O is like this. First of all, we will take the first row, then the last column, then the last row, then the first column, right? Uh,
Yes.
yeah, first column. This is 1, this is 2, this is 3, this is 4. Let's first collect the first row. And you already know how to collect the first row. It is just like we had done here, right? Collecting the elements of the first row. So this is how we have to collect the first row. Now we have to collect the last column, but not this element, because this element is already collected in the first row, right? We
Yes,
have
so we have to start our column from 1.
Yeah, we have to just ignore the first element of this column and take all the remaining elements. So how we will do it, just like Divya had said, we will just ignore the first one. So I will say collecting the last column, ignoring first element. Let's do that. I will run a loop. I will say for I in the range of, see, our column is fixed. We have the last column. The rows are changing. We want to start from the second row and we want to go till last. So the index will be 1 for the second row, and we want to go till last. That means length of m, right? This is how I am writing the range, and I will say output dot append m of because rows are changing, so I will pass my I here, and our column is the last one, so -1. Correct? This is collecting the last column. Now we will collect the last row, this row. But again, our 9 is already collected, right? So we want to ignore it. And also,
In the first iteration, you have collected 1, 2, 3, 6, 9.
yeah, in the first iteration I had collected 1, 2, 3. In the second iteration I had collected 6, 9. Now in the third iteration I want to collect 8 and 7.
Sir, can we do it in a single loop? Is it
No,
possible?
in single loop how you can do it? Maybe for you can use some libraries to do it, but not raw in the raw manner. You cannot do it directly. So now I have to collect the last row, ignoring the last element. I have to ignore this 9 because this 9 is already collected in the last column, and I want to collect this last row in reverse order. Do you remember? We are going like this.
Starting from -2.
Yeah. So what I can do, I can do it in two ways. The first way is I will collect the last row and I will do the reverse of it. Correct? I will do the reverse of it, and after doing the reverse, I will first of all again convert it to list because it is not going to give me a list when we use reversed function. So I will again convert it to list, and I will slice it from one index. When I reverse 789, when I reverse 789, 987 is going to come out. Correct or not? And then I am starting from the one index. So I am ignoring 9. 8 and 7 are coming out. Then I will just concatenate it to our output. I will say output is equal to output plus this new list. I can directly do it without using the loops. Awesome, right? Now collecting the last, sorry, first column. And this time we are ignoring the last element. See, we are going like this and we are ignoring the 7. So last element. So we will start from the second last index of the row, and we
Sir,
will
I
go.
think we are ignoring one.
Sorry,
We are ignoring.
your voice.
Only four one is added. Only one element should be added here because top one and bottom one are
Okay, okay. Yeah, I got it. We have to ignore the last element and we also have to ignore the first element because it is covered in the first loop. You are right.
Yeah.
Correct. So we want to ignore the first and the last element. So for that, we will start from the second last index. The second last index is length of m minus 2, right? No, it is.
no.
Uh,
So one start from one. Start from
no, no, it is actually length of m minus 2 because it is index, not the length. So length of m minus 2. It is it will start from 4, and I want to go till the index 1 because at the zeroth index first element is lying. I also want to ignore that, right? And this loop I am doing in the reverse order. Again I will do output dot append, and you already know that column is fixed, rows are changing. So j will go here, and the column is fixed. Column is first column, so 0 index. Now let's return the output again. Okay, something is wrong. 1, 2, 3, 6, 9, 8, 7. 4 is not coming. Is it length of m minus 1?
yes, 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 must be sir. Mm, two, no, no, no.
No, no, no. It's not length of m minus 1. It's just going to take the last element. So it is length of m minus 2 still. But yeah, like I had done a very childish mistake. We already know that it start from start and it ends at end minus one, right? So if I go zero, if I give zero here, then it will go till index one. Our ending index was wrong. Now, as you can see, it is passed. As you can see, okay. And instead of writing this return output three times, I can just remove this return output from here. I can remove this return output from here also, and I can make this return output statement in the global scope. So what will happen? Our output will be generated according to the shape, and after this all condition will run, I will return the output in a single line. It is efficient, right? We saved three lines, two lines. So this is the last problem, and many people fear it. It is called pattern blending problem, right? And I'm also going to advise you, please practice it as well as possible.
It's
It
quite
always,
difficult, sir.
yeah. So given an integer n, where n is always greater than equal to 0, okay, you have to print an x shaped pattern this time, so something like this. Okay, you have to print like this. So there are some test cases that are
So
given to
it's,
us.
we just need to figure out the upper part and lower part is just the reverse of the upper part.
Yeah, so there are three characters that are included in this shape. For solving the pattern printing problem, I am going to like tell you some hacks you can use. Pattern print. So first of all, first step is to know the elements. There are only three elements. The first element is, I think there are four elements. The first one is forward slash, second one is backward slash,
X in spaces.
there is an x here, and most important, space. Okay, now try to find pattern in spacing. If you can find the pattern in spacing, then your question is solved. And how you will do it? How you can find the pattern in spacing? Using example test cases. I am going to do just that. Let's see how we can do it. So test case 1 is given to us. In this test case 1, our n is 0, right? You can see this is the first test case. Our n is 0. So for n equal to 0, they are giving just x. So we got to know that if our n is equal to 0, then top part is nothing, top is nothing, and this middle element is just a single x, no spaces, and the bottom part is also nothing. Nothing is coming out in the bottom part also. Now let's see for n is equal to 1. This time you can see that there are some forward and backward slashes. There is one, there is no space before, so no space. You can say zero space. I am talking about top part. Just be patient. I'm going to tell you how you can solve it. And in the middle part, you can see there is only one space, right? So I am just roughly jotting them down, whatever the things I am saying, and after I will jot them down, I will try to find the patterns in them. So there is one backward slash, then there is one space. then there is one forward slash, and after that there are no spaces, so again zero space. Okay, this is the top part. And middle part, let's see, you can see that before x there is one space, and after x there is nothing. So before x there is one space, then there is x. This is the middle part. And for the bottom part, this is nothing, again zero space, then there is forward slash first, then one space, then backward slash, and then zero space. You can see it is just the reflection of the top, right? Only backward and forward are changed, everything is just same. The first pattern we can see, right?
So in the middle space, middle portion, one space before and this
There is
after that also there is space, no?
after that
After that,
zero
after
spaces.
X.
Yeah, there are zero spaces.
No, but after X there is space or not? After
No,
X
no,
in the middle.
no. There is no space after X. You can see I am hovering it, but nothing is coming out. There are in the middle part there will be spaces only at the before of the X, not after it.
Okay.
Let's see for n is equal to 2, and just be patient. We are going to collect some patterns here. You can see the lines are increased. The top part had increased. Here in the top part there was only one line. Now our n is 2. When our n is 1, how many lines were there in the top?
One.
1. When our n is 2, how many lines are there in the top?
Two.
2. So you can see according to the input, if our input is 2, then there are 2 lines in the top and the bottom. If our n is 1, then in the top and the bottom there are one lines. And if our n is 0, there is no top and no bottom. Okay, so these top and bottom lines, the number of lines is according to the input that is given to us. So one more pattern I had figured out. Oops. Okay, so let's figure them out. So in the top there are two lines. The first line is containing again zero spacing, then one backward slash like before. So this part is static. Then let's figure them out how many spaces are here.
Two space.
1, 2, and 3.
Three.
There are three spaces, right? So there are three spaces. Then there is one backward slash, and again zero spaces after that. This is our first line. Okay, and the second line in the top is there is one space before, one space. Let me see if there is any space after this. Okay, after this there is no space. So, okay, first of all one space before it, then backward slash. How many spaces are here?
One.
Single.
Single, right? Okay, so there is one space. Then after it, let's see if there is any space or not. You can see there is no space after it, only before. So we got one point very clear.
So,
We got one point very clear, that there is no space after any line. You can see.
sir, in the exam, you have to check by hovering the this hovering the
Yes, yes.
cursor.
Yeah, you can check, nothing wrong with that.
Okay.
So you can see in any single line there is no space after it. no space. So our first fact is cleared. Our fact one is that no space after afterwards.
Onwards, yes.
Yeah. And the second fact which we had accumulated is number of lines. Number of lines in top and bottom part. Top and bottom part is equal to n. You remember we had discussed it. If n is 2, then there are two lines in the top if and
Yes.
bottom. So this is the second fact that we had accumulated. Let's see some more pattern. In n is equal to 0, there are no top and bottom part because n is 0. Now let's see for n is 1 what is happening. Now you can see there is one space, and here our space had become 1 to 3, right? So it is going like this: 1, 3, 5, 7, like this. It is going like this, the space between them. Like this. There is one space in the middle. I'm talking about the top part. There is one space in the middle. Then it had changed to 3, then 5, then 7, and it is going like this according to our n. Okay.
Yes.
So this is the pattern that we had figured out. It is going according to the odd pattern, 1, 3, 5, 7, and it is not going like this. We already know that we have to print from top to bottom. Python always works from top to bottom. So it is going in reverse direction, 7, 5, 3, 2, 1, like this. So how we can do that? First of all, we have to figure this out. How we can, according to our n, how we can start. So for our n, our starting number is 3. Okay. So for our n is equal to 2, our starting number is 3. What is the how to convert our 2 to 3? We can say 2 plus 1. It is 3, right?
2n minus 1.
Yeah. And 2 plus 1 is 3. And for the next number, for the next iteration, I want to reduce it by 2. Like I want to go from 3 to 1. So I have to create a formula here that can do that. That can take my 3 and it can convert it to 1. Right? So I have to figure out a formula for that. Let's see if we can figure out a formula for that. If our n is 2, you can see there are two lines. So I can run a loop here. I can say for I in the range of 2. Now the value of I will be 0 or 1, right? So if our I is 0, I can do something like this. Uh, I can say our n plus 1, my n plus 1 is 3, right?
Yes.
And then I can minus something from it. I can minus our I. What is our I? Okay. I into 2. This is the formula that I am thinking about. What I am doing? First of all, I had taken the base case. You can see that when our n is 2, our starting spacing is 3, right? So that is why 2 plus 1 is 3. That is what I had figured out. So that is my first assumption. That is why I had written n plus 1 here. Then I am saying that how I can go from 5, 3, 1, how I can make this odd sequence. So for that, I am just doing I into 2. So in the first iteration, what will be the value of I?
0.
It will be 0, right? And when it will be 0, n plus 1, let's suppose our n is 2. Okay. So what will be, let's suppose our n is, let's say 3. Now tell me, uh, okay, I think instead of doing plus I plus 1, n plus 1 is not sufficient. We have to convert it to somewhat here.
2n minus 1.
2n minus 1. Okay, let's try that. 2n. Okay, let's see. 2 into 3 is 6. And if we minus it 1, okay, 5 is coming out. Great. 2n minus 1 is a good formula. Yeah, this is working. When our I is 0, now our n is 3, so this loop will run 3 times. 0, 1 and 2. So where we were? Here. So this 2n minus 1 is going to give us the first number. If our n is 3, it is converting our 3 to 5. That is our first spacing. Then what we are doing, we are subtracting something, which is 2i from it. So first of all, the first value of I is 0. So 0 into 2 is 0. Nothing will be subtracted. And the first value that will give given by this formula will be 5. Right? And for n is equal to 3, that is what we want. And for the second value, it will give me again 2n minus 1 and minus I into 2, I will do it. So I is 1. So it will be 2 multiplied by 1 and 2 will be subtracted from it. So 5 minus 2 is 3. So you can see, first of all, it gave 5. Now it is giving 3. And in the when n will become 2, it will be multiplied by 2 multiplied by I, which is 2. 2, 2 is 4. And when I do
Yeah. 5 minus 4.
5 minus 4, it will give me 1. So our odd sequence is ready. You can see by doing simple observation, I had generated a formula. So this formula can be used for doing the spacing.
Mid spaces.
Yeah. Now let's figure out how the spacing is working in the left part. There is no space at the right part. We had already figured out. The left spacing is very simple. It is going
Just
linearly.
increasing by I. As I
Yeah.
increases the space.
It is increasing like this: 0, 1, 2, 3. We can just run a loop, right?
Yes.
This I is just that 0, 1, 2. So simple loop. Okay, so this is also figured out. Starting space, middle space, both of them are figured out. And this bottom part is just the reflection of the top part. So we can all, if we can make a top part, we can also make the bottom part. Okay, cool. And
Yes.
let's also figure out how this starting spacing is working for our x. How many spaces are there in x? So for 1, you can see there is 1 space. For 2, there are 2 spaces. Correct? Very simple.
N spaces.
So there are n spaces before our x. So now we are ready. Let's do that. First of all, I will create the top part. How we will create the top part? So it is about top part. How we will do that? First of all, we will do it for the I in the range of 3. We'll say for I in the range of n, not 3, because it is input output type question. So n is equal to int input. I will take the input from the user, and according to that I will make the pattern. So I had taken it from the user, and for I in the range of n, what I will do, I will use this formula. So let's call it f. What is the formula? 2n minus 1 minus I into 2. So 2 into n minus 1 minus I multiply by 2. This is not a formula that you have to remember. This is what you have to make at the spot. Okay, so this is the odd sequencing: 2n minus 1 minus I into 2. So this is the formula, and according to that I am going to do the spacing. So spaces is equal to, how I can replicate the spaces? I can just give one space and replicate it
Times.
f times. Correct? I can give one space and replicate it f times. So these are the number of spaces that I want for my top line. Now I want to print something. These are the spaces for starting. So start spaces. So what I want to print? First of all, I want to give the starting spaces, then this backward slash. So I will concatenate one backward slash with it. Actually, this
Sir, it's
space is for,
mid space, mid space.
yeah, this is the mid space, right? Let's also figure out what is the start space. Start space is nothing but the space multiplied by I. If it is the first line, then there are zero spaces, then one space, then two space. So it is moving according to our I, 0, 1, 2, like this. So I had just multiplied by I for start spaces. Now backward slash, then the spaces that are in the middle. So I will call them mid spaces, like I had demonstrated in the variable. Then forward slash,
Sir, we have to put it as a
yeah,
variable formatted.
yeah, it is going to, we can do like this. Nothing will be, we can give two backward slashes for escaping our strings, right? Escape characters, remember. Then after mid spaces, after this forward slash, we already figured out as our fact number one, there is no space afterwards. So my pattern is finished. This is about the top part. This is how I had done the top part. Let's print that and see if the top part is coming as we expect or not. Okay, let's see. For n is equal to 5, you can see the top part is coming up very like beautifully, right?
Yes, sir.
So our top part is done. Now middle part, it will be the simplest. I just have to print, first of all, n spaces in the beginning of our x, we had figured out, right? There will be n spaces. So I will just replicate our space into multiply by n. So it will replicate n times. Then I will concatenate it with x. This is my middle part. Let's again run the test and see. You can see our x is coming, right? Now for the bottom part, our top part was like this.
One,
Our,
three, five, five.
yeah, our top part was like this, 5, 3, 1. Now our bottom part will be like
One,
this,
three,
1,
five.
3, 5, like this. So this time it is incrementing, not decrementing, right? But this incrementing and decrementing mainly depends on this I.
2 and minus 1 plus 2, I think.
Yeah, it depends on this I. So we just have to reverse our loop and everything will be fine. So I will take the bottom part. I will just copy this code. And first of all, I will change my range. This time, previously I was going from 0 to n minus 1. This time I am going from n minus 1 to 0, right? So for 0, I have to give minus 1 here. Then only 0 will come out. Okay. So this is how I had reversed my range. Now, one more thing. You can see in the bottom part, first of all, this forward slash come, not backward. So I will give forward slash, and here I will give backward slash. Okay, this is the bottom part. I had just changed the range, and according to this range, first of all, it is going to take the last value of n. Let's uh, actually I have to give n here, right? Because it is the starting part. Why I am doing n minus 1? Let's run the test. Okay, nothing is being printed out. Okay, 0 is working. Okay, in the reverse direction we have to go. So this step parameter. A very minute problem. It is starting one after what we want. So let's start from n minus 1 like we had done in the previous. We will just shift our bottom part by one. So you can see I am just troubleshooting my code. I am just trying different things that are coming in my mind. This is not something that we people can figure out just on a moment. Don't be worry about that. You can see that I am also struggling in between, but I am not losing the hope. So when the OPP comes, the main thing is that you don't have to leave your hope. Just
Sir, it will
try
be
to figure out different things
yes,
and
sir. It will be more easier if we do it on the Python tutor because we are side by side seeing what's going on.
yeah, you can also use that. I had not personally used that, but if it is suitable for you and just like you are saying, if it is easy for you, please use that. Okay, just don't consider anything as hard. Try to figure out different things. Try to solve as much problems as possible before OPP. Everything will be easy. Don't worry. I think
So
that's it for this session.
yeah, yes, the code is understood, but we when I try to do it now, the ideas don't come. How the pattern is going on, and how to find the pattern. Then
Hmm.
time is quite short, so we lose patience that it will going to happen or not.
For that, you have to solve many problems and like uh,
Different patterns, sir.
yeah, all those problems that are in the section 1, please try to solve them as soon as possible, like in the first 10 to 15 minutes. They are very easy. Okay, and in the last for the time that is remaining, you can solve the section 2. It is also very easy, and take most of your time for these two problems that are at the last.
Yes.
Okay, I have more problems that are similar to the mocks. You can solve the all the problems that are there on mock, and I will share these additional problems on discourse. I had created a different post on discourse where I regularly share Python programming problems on every based on every single week. So I will update it there. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay,
Thank you.
Salim, I have request. I just want some basic clear.
Yeah.
I mean, I did the thing, but due to unexpected or unforeseen situation, I couldn't take the OPP in the both the cases, and also I was not able to sit for the final exam also due to family issues. But
Oh,
I submitted all the grades and all the thing where I had the
okay.
average assignment score and all. So now the case is that I want to know that last time it was kind of they said that OPP 1 plus OPP 2 score will be calculated.
Yeah.
What is the case this time? But it's going to be the same pattern. And with
Uh,
regard to quiz one also, I mean I said like I was able to sit for quiz one for Python, and I was able to score only less marks there. So, but my
so
average score for the assignment score is very good.
okay. So like you will not be able to give any OPP and also the final exam, right?
No, no, that was last time. That was last time that even though I was clearing the GRPAs and
Hmm.
weekly assignments,
Yeah.
especially during my OPP and exams, I had some family thing that I need to time and again I had to attend for that. And finally, my end exam also for end term exam, I couldn't sit also for that. So I was able to clear only the assignments and GRPAs and sit
Okay.
for quiz one, but didn't score much in the quiz one also. So both the OPPs I couldn't attend last time. So now the case is I opted for in-term exam and OPPs. So what will be the case? How can I prepare myself here?
I will advise you to just follow up the complete content again. Just that is the best way you can go on. If you just fixate yourself on one single thing, like many people that opt only for OPP, they miss the theoretical part, and for that they suffer little. Like I have some mentees also that are doing like that. Just follow the normal flow that is going on the course. Submit
Okay,
all the
okay,
assignments again and try to revise all the things again. And if you want to level up, like if these problems feels easy, then try to find harder problems. It is a chance for you. Take like see it as a chance, not as a problem.
Okay.
Yeah,
Because
just
that's what
solve.
because this one I was a bit confident, but I think I was as I told you, I couldn't prepare much for the quiz one itself, so my score was not that good. But OPP, both the OPPs I couldn't write, and so I'm doing that. So the reason why I opted for end term is that I had to redo everything with the
Hmm.
whole exercise of the thing. So I thought, okay, let me focus on OPP and end term only, given the case because of my current situation. So now that the time is actually very short for the OPP,
Hmm.
and even the semester itself is going to be a bit short, if I'm right, because
Correct.
31st of August is not too far. So I
Yes.
want to know that part, like how actually I can prepare for the end term, and also when it comes for the OPP 1 and OPP 2, how can I actually focus and do well in Python?
For OPP, the mocks will be enough. You can, if you had solved the GRPS already, and if you had understood the concept that are there on GRPA. So
Hmm.
be very clear on that and solve all the mocks. I am also sharing some problems on Discord. Solve them. It will solve your problem of OPP. And regarding the final term, I will advise you to see the codes and try to convert them in your plain language. If you can figure out what the code is doing, then all the theoretical part that is coming out in final term on quiz one, they will seem very easy. If you can translate the language that is written in Python into your own language, that is what I'm talking about.
Okay,
So I'm not
okay, like
like,
a pseudocode.
don't restrict yourself to only the content that is released on the portal. Just whenever you see any code written in Python, try to convert it into your own language. Try to see like what are the patterns here.
Okay. Okay. Thank you so much. Thanks a lot. And
Okay.
with regard to the score, because the in the they haven't updated the, I mean, like the previous thing, like they don't have the uh, old score. They actually for the Python, I see that they are actually updating with the new weekly scores only, which I'm not. Even though they say OPP and this thing, then I got a message from them saying that instead of just listening, why don't, as you advised, they also said just keep practicing with Python. That's more important. Even though it's the score is not considered, that will be well and good for you. So that's what the advice I got. So, but my the previous score, as I mentioned last semester thing,
Hmm.
my GRPA and this thing I have completed. So, what they say for the assignment core final scoring, that will be because when I see the grading, I see point 10% of GRPA and 10% of weekly assignments.
Yeah.
But the last time they actually combined together, if I'm right, both the scores were 50-50. They have taken weightage, if I'm right,
Hmm.
last semester, and the final score, the assignment score, or the final score for end-term exam was given there. So I should take that. You should 20% of the final score or the 10% of the final score that will come there.
Okay, let me open the grading document.
I think it's on the top. Yeah, yeah, uh, yeah. Here. That's one. Yeah, that's one.
You're asking for the final term or GA?
No. I think this is not the. This is not Python. I think it's some other subject.
Okay. This is the one, right?
Yeah. So here they say point GA 10% and GA two is 20%. I mean 10%, which is
Hmm.
actually the weekly graded assignment and GRPM, right?
Correct.
Okay, and the 10% from quiz one, and the final is from point four, and again OPP. I mean, it's going to be 25%. Did I understand right?
Yeah, the maximum of
Maximum.
OPP one and
So
OPP
yeah,
two.
so here the cases as I told, I have completed in the previous semester all my GRPAs and this thing. And what I see on the dashboard is the final score. The final score, that the final score for assignment or the interim examination. When they actually combined 50%, what they said last semester is from GRPA 50% and weekly assignment 50% is considered for every week score, and that
Okay.
has been cumulated and they have given a score. Now
Hmm.
the case of the final exam, so my case is should I take 20% of this thing, because each carries 10%, am I right? So 20% of my final score is going to be there. Whatever is I can, that is what I should take. How should I consider now?
When you contacted them, what they had replied? Please tell me
No, no,
that.
they have for me they said, like, when I asked them, like, my I mean, the previous course was not flashing. Actually, what every week I started getting message saying that you are absent for the GRPA, and you are, because I thought I'm going to take only OPP, as I told you, OPP 1 and 2 and the final exam. But then I was getting message that you didn't attend the GRPA of this week and so on. Then I said, like, already I have completed. For that, they said, okay, we know that you have did that, but for in the case of Python, maybe it's good for that you practice and submit the assignment, even though the score is not considered in your case. That is what I got the message. But what I see in my dashboard, final, the previous semester dashboard, as I
Hmm.
told you, the
Mhm.
final score was given there, the assignment score. You know that normally they give it, am I right? After
Yes.
calculating all the, so that score has been given. Now that they said, for previous, when I asked them for the in the previous the thing, that why my score, because I was getting high marks in both the case. And when I asked them, they said, no, no, because, like, initially I had some issues with the GRPA in the very couple of 2 weeks. So I was completing the graded assignment, but I thought, like, GRPA was not so, somehow I didn't understand the technicalities or the nuances of the GRPA, the coding stuff. So something other I didn't understand. I didn't complete for initial 2 weeks or 1 week, if I'm right. So when I asked them why, even though I scored a very good marks in graded assignment, I saw only half of the marks. Then when I asked them, they said, no, no. Actually, the score is being, for every week we considered 50% of mark from GRPA and 50% from the graded assignment. And whatever you see on the this thing, what you call the score is the 50%, each carry 50%. That's the score that you see on the dashboard. That's what they said. Now that they have accumulated everything and they have put a score there. Now my question is, so should I take 10% of the score or 20% of the score here for my calculation, final calculation?
This is coming out like for the previous marks you had accumulated. They had not changed on the dashboard, right? On the
No,
course page.
now for me they didn't. I have taken actually printout of the previous score, but
So,
current dashboard actually
Actually,
is showing
listen.
with different
uh,
details.
so excuse me, may I say, sir, if you total the scores, then it is coming. Suppose this 0.15 to 0.25, it will come to point 0.4, and point 0.4 for final, point 0.8 and point 0.9. So I think the point GA and GA point 1, the point 1, they are total, both are coming to be 10%. I think total score. This one, point 0.1 GA1 and GA2.1, it is totally is 10%, I think. You can sum
No,
up.
it is 20%. The question you are
20%.
asking, your marks are going to evaluate according to this latest formula.
Okay,
Whatever,
okay,
yeah,
Salim. The thing is, let's say, for example, my average assignment score for the final scoring, they say is, let's say it's 90.
okay.
So what is the case? It is 90, 90. So 20% of 90 should I take for in my final evaluation?
No, no. You should take you should consider them different now. You are saying what is the average of your objective GAs?
No, that's what they say. In the previous semester, they didn't give it as separately. They treated 50% from each week, and they have added to that. That's what they have done.
Okay, let
Even
let
now, I don't.
let me ask them.
Yeah.
It will be a confusion. I Let me jot down
I
your.
don't know what you do in this semester. Like in this semester, how the scores are being evaluated.
In from this term they are evaluated differently. 10% of like objective and 10% of programming differently
No, no, I'm talking about the weekly assignments. When you are giving the score, how it is being evaluated.
according to the average of
The,
all
for
those
example, the
programs.
weekly grades that you are giving,
Yeah,
how how it is treated now? It is 50% of each from GRP, or separately it's being scored now.
separately.
But what is there? I mean, I'm talking in the grades you are putting, but when you come for the dashboard, how it is being treated is something the question now.
Let me ask them. I don't know. Grading is only done by the instructors. We don't have the control over that. Let me ask that. We only
Okay.
know what is there in grading document. But I had written your email. I will directly contact Levin sir and I will get back to you. Okay.
Okay. Thank you. Because that's the issue that's actually bothering me. How it is going to be taken care,
Yeah, it is
given
a
my
big issue.
situation.
I can understand.
Okay. Okay, sir. Thank you so much. Thanks a lot for your time.
Yeah,
So,
thank you everyone.
so
Yes.
one question, one doubt.
Yes, Mukesh. Yes.
So in the